Earlier this spring, we set new strategic sustainability targets for Paulig. We have 3 focus areas. First of them is health and well-being of people and planet. And our target is to have 70% of our net sales coming from products and services which enable health and well-being of people and planet. The second focus area is climate and circularity, and in this area our target is to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from our own operations by 80% and from our value chain by 50%. And the third focus area is to be fair and inclusive employer and partner. And in this area, our target is to have 100% of our raw materials coming from the high-risk countries sustainably sourced. Then we were all surprised by the COVID-19 pandemic, and all of a sudden there was only one topic on the agenda. How do you see that this pandemic affects the sustainability discussion?
Yeah, there is a kind of 2 aspects. We can have a look at the short term, but definitely then into the longer term. And during the previous months, definitely there has been issues to look at that, how are the people well-being in this different situation. But more or less, I'm really happy about it that in Paulig we have been continuing our sustainability work in the same way that we have planned, and that is very important and shows that how we are really working in our value-based approach. But definitely look at the same time that how are the increasing risks in this situation in global supply chains. And in the longer term, then we will look at the 5 to 10 years or even longer perspective. I think this has a possibility to actually to stop us to look at how to speed up the actions and how to make the recovery and changes for the future the more sustainable way. And if you look at the, for example, EU recovery plan yesterday, that the huge investments coming for the actually to guarantee the sustainable and resilient future. So I believe that we have a bright future there coming on, and if we just all actors are playing towards the same goal.
Yeah, I'm also really positive about this, and I think that it's a long-term commitment, really, sustainability. And Paulig has also been here for almost 145 years, and sustainability is in our DNA, so I don't think that it will fade away. But if you look at sustainability and how it has evolved over the years, how do you see, like, what are the biggest changes?
Yeah, definitely the biggest change is that it has come from the operational level to the strategic level. In a few years ago, in general, not only in Paulig, but it has been a lot of different kind of initiative, and in companies, certain department or business areas could have been always those front runners there and starting to boost it. But nowadays, it's more or less that in front running companies, it's on the strategic level, and then it means that you have a comprehensive and joint framework for that, actually, and then your board is involved, and on a regular basis the leadership team is discussing about these issues. And what does it mean then for the Paulig in that sense? Also the evolution that we are looking at the one Paulig approach, and it's really inspiring. And earlier there was a different strategy for different business areas and different focus areas. Now we are putting it to the same framework, and I think in that way we can have a really, really good and big impact.
Yeah, and talking about the framework, we have chosen UN Sustainable Development Goals as a framework for our sustainability work, and I think it's really good because it kind of looks at the sustainability issues also from the society's point of view, not only what is relevant for the company, but what are the big issues and problems in the world and how companies can contribute to that. But what are the other kind of frameworks or trends or things happening in this area, or what we should follow?
Yeah, it's really good that the SDGs are behind there, and first time a few years ago it became for the global framework that companies are starting to actually engage their own work towards that, and I think those are gonna stay, and they are very long-term areas, and we have picked very good and relevant points there, because it's important that we look at the areas which are those we can have a biggest effect. For example, climate work and health and well-being, which are very well framed there, and longer term target. New trends might be coming, but in the shorter term, when we are planning the actions, then we are combining kind of different angles that, okay, looking at the SDGs, but what are the customers and consumers expecting today, and what is coming from the regulative point of view and from other stakeholders. That's kind of engaging those different angles to make the clear roadmaps over there, and other global frameworks too, that UN guiding principles of human rights and inclusion, women empowerment issues, and those are we need to monitor regular basis and look at how we take those into the actions.
And we operate in the food and beverage industry, which is also highly relevant from the sustainability point of view. And as you know, that our industry is part of the problem, but can also be part of the solution. So basically, there is not enough food to feed all the people and the growing population going forward, and also there are health issues and so on. And of course, the companies working in this area can choose if they want to be part of the solution, and that's the decision that we have made, and we want to focus on a plant-based portfolio and develop it even into a healthier direction. But what are the expectations for the food industry companies currently? What do the consumers and customers and regulators expect from us?
Yeah, I think it's really inspiring at this moment to be in a food and beverage company to work with the sustainability, because it's so closely. We are so close to the consumer and people's everyday life with these issues, and to see us as a solution. Actually, that's important. In the short term, I think consumers expect that companies are taking these issues seriously, and they expect that we make these easy for them. That we bring to new solutions and new products, innovative, which are healthier for them, and using our products, they can cut down their carbon footprint. That is quite clear. That make an easy solution that they don't need to be the scientific partners over there. But the regulation point of view, a lot of is happening, and I think that we need a lot of engagement. This coming years are a good platform to collaborate more. And a good example is the Farm to Fork strategy, which was launched by EU this week, actually, and then looking at the whole sustainable food production. So everybody has a part to play there in the future, and look at it from the sustainable agricultural point of view, but also how we can make it possible for consumers to have a healthy products.
Yeah, I fully agree that it's very inspiring to drive the sustainable future of food and be the one who is actually contributing to the more healthier and more sustainable food culture.
Yeah, definitely. That's why we are here.
Yeah, exactly.